Hi, this is Carrie Schell from On Point Quilter. This particular quilt was given as a challenge on Learning EQ's Facebook group, and I wanted to provide to you the tips for how to draft the block, and it is only one block, and place it in the quilt. Okay, I'm going to start by creating the block, and in my blog post you saw that I called it Diagonal Flying Geese, and so that's exactly what I'm going to create. And to make this simple, I'm going to just do a block width and height of 6, snaps of 6, and graph paper of 6. And my only snapping option that I've got on is snap to grid. Okay, so what I'm going to do is start by just putting a square in the corner at the 4-inch mark, and I'm going to create 2 half-square triangles from that. And from that 4-inch at the top, I'm going to draw a 45-degree angle down to the 4-inch along the side. And I'm going to take the other end of that flying geese, again another 45-degree angle, down to that 2-inch mark. And then I'm going to go ahead and close this as well. And so what I'm going to do is just basically create a series of flying geese units, but they're going to be on the diagonal. And once I've done that, I'm going to go to the Color tab, and then I'm going to add that to the sketchbook. Now I'm going to go to Work on Quilt, and what I decided was I was going to do an on-point layout. And I'm going to make this a 3x3 layout, and I'm going to make my blocks 6 inches. So same size that I drafted them at. And for my borders, I'm going to do a 1/2 inch inner border. And that will be a long horizontal. And then I'm going to add another, and for that one I'm going to make it a 2-inch border. And then I'm going to go to layer 1, I'm going to do set block, and I'm going to take my block and I'm going to use the control key, and I'm going to set it in all of the spaces. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the symmetry option, and if you don't have that tool on your toolbar, at the very bottom of your toolbars, and I'm gonna have to, let's see, let me just right click on this. If I right click on my toolbar, I can get an add remove buttons, and one of the options in the add remove buttons is the symmetry tool, so just go ahead and turn that on. So I'm going to click on the symmetry, and now one of the things I've noticed is that in an on-point layout you actually need to do the symmetry on both sets of blocks. Remember, I had to click on it twice to get things to work. And so I'm going to start with this set here. And let's say I like that, and then I can play with the other set as well. And once I get something I like, I can go ahead and finish coloring my block. And I can go ahead and add this to the sketchbook. Thanks so much for watching. And now that you know the secret of this quilt, feel free to draft both the block and the quilt yourself. And for additional tips and tutorials, please subscribe to my weekly newsletter at www.onpointquilter.com.